It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
Inside my city, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 2 of Load Management. I hope you're all half as excited as Zach is right now.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
First round is just about wrapped up, but we've got 7 of 8 series finished up. Zach, I don't know about you, but I've had an incredible time watching the playoffs so far.
Bro, I haven't been this happy in a minute. The Los Angeles Lakers are in the second round, baby. Stop playing with us. And
not only that, Zach, I have to give you your flowers. You perfectly predicted how this series would.
Perfectly predicted. It's all part of the plan.
So you had Lakers game 1 correct.
Yep.
Memphis game 2 correct.
Yep.
Lakers take both at home.
Yep.
Memphis takes 5.
Yep.
And Lakers finish it in 6.
And I couldn't be happier. It's a parade inside our city. Yeah, Dylan Brooks, where you at? You were talking hot. Where's my boy, John Morant? I love you. Baines was pissing me off all series. Jaren Jackson, AD owns you.
All right, well, since we're already on the topic, let's get right into it. I mean...
Man, I couldn't be happier, bro.
So, who on the Lakers, Zach, who do you want to call your series MVP? Who was the number one?
There's so many people I can give it to. I can give it to Rui. I can give it to Reeves. I can give it to AD for defense. Bro, AD was dominant on the defensive ends with 26 blocks. I couldn't be happier.
26 blocks in 6 games.
That's what I'm saying. He may have been sometimes struggling on offense, but we needed him on defense, and we needed him all series long. He owned Jaren Jackson Jr. He owned the Memphis Grizzlies. LeBron did his thing. He's pushing 40, and he's still doing his thing. Reeves is the GOAT. Stop playing with us. I'm telling you, we're going to the finals.
And Desmond Bane had his wish fulfilled. He asked for 40. Lakers 40 piece.
Dylan Brooks he asked for 40. We gave him a 40 ass whooping game 6 smacking.
Wait, what'd I say?
You said Baines.
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
it's
Dylan
all good.
Brooks.
Baines was saying it's gonna go to game 7. Game 7, my ass. Baines, you're stop playing with the Lakers, okay? You guys claim you're a dynasty. You haven't proven anything. John Morant, he's been doing everything he can. He has a broken hand. We got to give him his flowers at the end of the day. John Morant is him. Baines had an incredible series. I got to give him credit. Brooks was trash doo-doo. Terrible. He was terrible, bro. He was. He's a really good player when he's not playing mind games. When he's just playing the game, he's a really great player. But when he's trying to psych out a top 5, top 2 player of all time, LeBron James, he's trying to suck out the whole Lakers. Bro, you just got what you asked for. You got an ass whooping. I couldn't be happier. All these Grizzlies fans in my ears. Grizzlies in 6, Grizzlies in 5, Grizzlies in 7, Lakers in 6.
Now, this season as a whole was just kind of a roller coaster ride for the Grizzlies because you have Brandon Clark injured, Steven Adams injured, John Morant had a leave of absence in March.
Yeah.
It's just not been an ideal season for the Grizzlies because they talk all that talk. They finished second in the West. Is it their second year in a row they finished second in the West?
They're fine in the West, though.
They're fine in the West. Oh, man. And that interview just makes it so much worse. I'm fine in the West. First round exit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, I forgot to give one more person his flowers on the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell, my guy. Dennis, incredible defense. Vanderbilt, they did their jobs on defense. I couldn't be happier, man. It's a beautiful time to be.
Are you pleased with how Darvin Ham's been so far?
I don't know how to answer that because he's been up and down. He's been pissing me off, and I've been yesterday's lineup was actually beautiful. Like the way he put the rotations in, it was actually he put the right people, the right players at the right time. He put game 6 was run perfectly. Game 5 was terrible. Game 2 was absolutely terrible. Game 4 was pretty bad. But game 1 was really good, and game 3 was really good. I'll give him his flowers.
What's so absurd about game 1 is if you look at the score, you're gonna think that the Lakers just dog walked them the whole game.
Nah, that was a close game.
Yeah,
and Morant got hurt.
2 minutes left in the game. The score was 113-112. The final score was 128-112.
Yep, because we went on a 15-0 run courtesy of Reeves and AD, of course.
Yeah, and now Lakers advance and Warriors and Kings are going to Game 7. Who would you rather win this game as a Lakers fan?
As a Lakers fan, who would I rather play?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disrespect them. I disrespected them so badly in my predictions. I want to play the Kings because I just don't want to see Steph Curry, and I don't want to have to see our guys keep on having to run for 24 seconds of that whole shot clock. But the person that's just scaring me is De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk.
Malik Monk's been absolutely incredible.
Former Laker. Oh my goodness.
Was he on the Lakers last year?
He was on the Lakers last year, and we could have re-signed him, but we just couldn't give him the money he wanted, I think.
And he's been absolutely
he's been
incredible
balling.
for the Kings off the bench.
He's been balling. Like, I think those two have been the best players on the Kings. Everybody else has been mid or struggling. Sabonis struggling. Harrison Barnes trash. Actually, he had a couple good games, but Keegan Murray struggled, but he started picking it up. I gotta give the flowers though to Davion Mitchell.
Yep.
The way he's guarding Steph Curry, the way he's keeping up with him, man's doing a perfect job. But Herder's been struggling. Who else? Sabonis has been mid. I'm so sorry. That guy's been so mid. Absolutely mid.
I think the Warriors have just, because Kevon Looney and Draymond Green have just been entrapping him this whole series in the paint.
No, he's just been mid. I think he's a regular season type of player.
Yeah, you think so?
Hot take, he's a regular season type of player. He can get his own, he can get his rebounds, but when it comes to the playoffs where the game is slower, the game is all this and that, he's a mid player.
Here, I'll pull up some numbers here for Sabonis, because game 1 he didn't play incredibly at all. I think he only had like 12 points.
I think his best game was game 2. I think.
Game 2, yeah.
Game 7 in Sacramento, they're gonna be going crazy. Like, I actually underestimated this team badly. I had so much hope for the Warriors because I thought Steph Curry, Clay, they were gonna do their thing. Andrew Wiggins was gonna be a beast, but bro, the biggest disappointment has been freaking Jordan Poole.
Oh, he's been terrible.
He's been terrible.
That contract is looking awful right now.
It's looking terrible, bro. Jordan Poole, bro, you got to step up your game, man. They need you in game 7 as much as possible.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about the incident in game 2.
Oh.
Draymond curb stomps Sabonis in the ribs. And I want to talk about something too. Like, on Twitter, all I saw was Warriors fans saying, "Oh, it's rigged against us." Like, no, he's a grown man who stomped on another grown man's rib cage. Like, don't give me this, you guys are the victim BS. And it's Draymond Green too. Like, are we forgetting this is a guy who's infamous for kicking guys in the dick?
Okay.
Like, this is not a clean player. Anyone who says that Draymond shouldn't have been suspended, you're like, with all due respect, you're dumb.
I'm the guy that thinks he shouldn't be suspended.
How?
Because listen. He's literally, if you look at it, Sabonis is literally grabbing him. It may have been excessive, but just because it is Draymond Green, that's why he suspended it. If it was anybody else, they wouldn't have suspended him. Like, look at Joel Embiid, for example. Bro, he should have got kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
He should have gotten kicked out of the game. That's why I think, like, bro, Joel Embiid has had these antics of him, like, just becoming a child. Like, he should be suspended or he should be getting kicked out of games for stuff he does. But since it is Draymond Green, he is going to get suspended. He is going to get kicked out of the game. That's why sometimes I disagree with some of the calls, because they just push it towards against him. That's why I disagree with you.
Fair enough, but still at the same time, you have to set a precedent in the league.
It was a bad play.
Yeah.
I will admit it. It didn't look good, but he was grabbing him. That's why I think, because let's be honest, Draymond has one of the worst balances too.
Yeah, but Draymond said he wasn't flexed. Like, let's not act like he had to do the Russian splits to get over Domantas Sabonis. All he had to do was step over, and he clearly, you could see the follow through in his leg. He was going to hurt Sabonis. That wasn't an accident.
It was like, yeah, but I think Twitter was like 50-50. Like, Damian Lillard was disagreeing with that call.
Yeah, but think about it like this. Think if Sabonis stomped on Draymond
he
in the
wouldn't
ribs.
have gone suspended.
Warriors fans would have gone ballistic.
They would have, because you know why? It happens to Draymond Green. That's the only reason why. Because they feel like if it's happening to us, it should happen to everybody else. That's the difference. But you're right. Warriors fans would go ballistic, but I don't think he should have been suspended.
But it's also so much of the factors that he's a repeat offender. Like, I think that's what.
But when was the last time he did something like that, though?
Well, sure, you can. I mean, maybe not in the playoffs, but I mean, let's not. I think the whole idea is that it's clearly not an accident from Draymond. This is a guy who can and will do dirty things to win.
But I'm saying like if other players, if they did it, if they like, I'm bringing up a prime example in Embiid. He should have gotten kicked out of the game.
I agree.
He had a flagrant one, which I think is complete BS.
And then they kicked out Harden later that game.
Oh yeah, and then they kicked out Harden. Like, yo, refs, bro, fix the game, bro. Fix the game.
Yeah. So.
But like, why? So do you think that Draymond should have gotten suspended or kicked out of the game or both?
Well, I think if you're gonna, I get the idea that Sabonis was like grabbing his leg, but I don't know. I'm really mixed on it. I think Draymond should have been kicked out of that game for sure.
But what about suspension?
Suspension, if they're going to suspend Draymond, I don't know, maybe Sabonis should have had some more, or I don't know, because Sabonis is also, he's not, I don't think he was trying to grab Draymond's leg. You could kind of see he was on the ground. He could have
just let go.
Yeah.
We saw instincts of that happening.
But, yeah.
But Draymond could have literally just fell to the ground, too. I could see your point. He could have just fell to the ground. It could have been other ways to stop this problem. It is what it is. He could have fell. Sabonis could have let go. It wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah. In the long run, though, it didn't really matter because Warriors ended up.
They won that game, yeah.
And that was, ironically enough, that was the biggest margin of victory. They had 17 points.
Wow.
Every other game.
It's been an incredible series. Wow.
Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to the Kings because they win those first two at home. Warriors storm. They win the two at home.
3 games in a row.
They win 5. They win that 5th game in Sacramento. And for me, I was saying that's wraps. I don't think Sacramento can overcome this. But then they go into Oakland and they beat them handily. 19-point win.
That was an incredible game. They stopped the legacy Game 6 Clay.
Game 6 Clay. They held them down. Yeah.
They held them down. But I just feel like the Warriors struggled. Like everybody was struggling. The only person that I saw was doing decent was Curry. Looney was getting his boards and playing defense. Everybody else was just like Clay. He got hot a little bit in a stretch, but then in the fourth quarter, like they went stone cold.
Yeah, and earlier you said about how Jordan Poole's been awful. I mean, terrible. But someone who I think has been really underrated this series is Looney.
Looney's been the GOAT.
Looney's been incredible.
Looney has been one of the MVPs for the team.
Game 3, 20 total rebounds for Looney.
Hasn't he had multiple, like 20 plus, or he's been like 15 plus?
Game 5, 22 total rebounds. Game 4, 14 total rebounds. Game 6, 13 total rebounds.
And the fact that he's stopping Sabonis. But I don't feel like it's just him. I feel like it's just the Warriors in general are stopping him because, like, I don't know. I feel like the game plan is I'm not like gonna let you beat us with 2 guys. I'm gonna let you beat only with 1 guy, which is Fox, who's just killing him. But Monk has been going crazy.
Game 1, Kings only won by 3, and if it wasn't for Monk, I think the Warriors easily win that game.
Warriors would have won that. So if it wasn't for what's it called, Game 2, it was everybody. Game 3, it was just the Warriors going crazy. And Game 4, what if I told you I'm not on everything I love? I predicted the final shot was going to be Harrison Barnes. I said this is the Warriors, what they're going to do. They're going to let somebody else beat them. They're going to double team Fox, and they're going to leave someone like Harris. I said this, Harrison Barnes open, and he's going to brick it, and it's going to go to Game 5.
How poetic would it have been, though, if Harrison Barnes sank that shot against the Warriors, though?
But I knew he was going to make it.
No.
He doesn't got that in him anymore.
No.
Or ever. I don't know.
So, any final thoughts, notes on the series, though? Game 7, official prediction from Zach in Sacramento. That crowd's going to be absolutely ballistic. Bro, I can't wait for that.
I just can't tell from the series. I can't doubt the Warriors, but it's looking like they're going to lose. I'm going with the Kings.
You're going with the Kings?
Kings are winning by 2 points.
I picked the Warriors to win this series originally. I picked them in 6, which was so close to happening. But I think Warriors will close it. I think just the experience is just you can't really underestimate experience.
But they just at home. They have everything for them. The Warriors have been terrible. They got 1, but I just don't see them getting a second one. Yeah. I totally changed my prediction on the Kings. They have surprised me. They have They just proved me wrong.
Okay. Let's move on, though. Next Western Conference series. Let's Clippers Suns.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I predicted Clippers in 6. I would have been right if Kawhi was there.
Yeah, Game 1 was looking incredible for you guys.
Game 2 was looking incredible. The thing about the Suns is the only way that they're going to win is if Kevin Durant and Booker keep playing 40+ minutes. I just don't see that happening for the rest of the playoffs though.
Yeah,
like they're gonna be there for the Denver series playing all 40. I just don't know if they can sustain it.
Like the number 1 and 2 most minutes played right now in the playoffs are Kevin Durant. And you think that's going to hold up in Denver in the altitude?
And Kevin Durant with them knees, bro. I don't know if I trust them now.
Yeah, and also Denver for the second round.
They got the home court advantage.
Home court, I think they're a lot deeper than Phoenix, but we'll get to second round a little later. Let's stay with the series.
I couldn't be more upset about the Clippers. It's Russell Westbrook, incredible story. What did I say? I said Russell Westbrook was going to have a comeback series, and he did.
He was incredible.
He proved me right. I'm loving it. If Kawhi was healthy, he tore his meniscus. I can't say anything else about that.
And I'm hating all this Kawhi slander.
Oh my God. What Stephen A said, that was stupid. He should retire. Bro, this is a player that was dropping 30 in the playoffs. How should he retire?
And he said Kawhi is one of the worst superstars ever.
That is,
like the 2019 playoffs alone soloed the careers of so many NBA players.
Exactly.
Like there are like Kawhi's level of play in the 2019 playoffs. He could have retired after that. Nah, he's a Hall of Famer,
Even just
a legend.
looking at game one, like you see how people are so quick to change the narrative on people like Kawhi. He got injured. What could you do? The people are saying load management. He actually, that knee is completely, like, it's just, I don't know.
Was that the same knee as he tore his?
I heard it was the same knee. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just unfortunate now, man.
I do have to give my flowers though to Devin Booker. He's been incredible.
He's been incredible, but I want him to prove it. I want to see him prove it against an actual team, and he's consistent. Like Clippers are an actual team, but they just didn't have their stars.
Yeah.
They couldn't. They were competing in every single game. It's just they needed their stars at some point, bro.
And look at every postseason in the Kawhi, Paul George era. 2020, fully healthy team. That was their year. 2020, it was written in the stars for them. They're up 3-1 against Denver. It's actually, looking good.
It wasn't written for them. It was written for the Lakers.
That's true. But, they choked the 3-1 lead, fully healthy team. 2021 playoffs. They make it to the conference finals. First times in history. Kawhi gets injured.
Unfortunate.
2022, Kawhi didn't play all season. Paul George didn't play in the play-in.
They almost made it to the playoffs without both of them really all year.
Yeah. And now 2023, they make it to the 5 seed. Paul George gets injured. Kawhi gets injured. It's just, this is a cursed franchise
But I heard they're going to run it back with Kawhi. They want to re-sign Russ.
I would love that.
And Paul George.
I want that for Russ, too, because I think you can see how much happier he is.
He's been balling, bro. Everybody was hating on him. I did not like that. It's just crazy, bro. In my opinion, he's a top 5 point guard, and people are just disrespecting him now.
Yeah, he's with the way he played in these playoffs, top 5, absolutely. This was 2017 Russ we were watching with absolutely no one.
I think he's the only player in history to go 3 for 19 and have an incredible game.
3 for 19. That game 1 was absolutely insane. Did you see he pressed a fan at halftime?
He pressed the fan. The lockdown defense on you, bro. His defense this series was top tier. It was top tier on Kevin Durant, on Devin Booker, the game-winning block. He just wanted to compete against Kevin Durant. He was itching for those series.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier for Russ because no one has taken a beating like him in the past year.
It's all good, bro. We love Russ out here.
But you like Russ to stay in
100%.
Yeah, me too.
100%. Like, I always emphasize health. If they're healthy, they're a championship team.
Absolutely. Every year. This is the whole thing every year.
They're so deep. They got every winger, two-way player in the league that you could ever ask for. They got the biggest depth. Terrence Mann is a great. I can't emphasize. He's a great piece. He's a great piece to defense. He can shoot now. He couldn't shoot before. He can shoot now. His driving, his athleticism. That guy is going to be tough.
Yeah, and the thing about the Clippers too, you can look at them ever since 2011 when Lob City started. Every single year they've looked great on paper. You look at their team and you're like, yes, this is a team that's primed to make a run. And then what can go wrong will go wrong.
Yep.
Always. Blake Griffin gets injured. Chris Paul gets injured.
Yep.
Something happens. It's definitely a cursed franchise.
Yep. 1000%. But I want to see Russ run it back a whole year with them. I want to see them get better chemistry together. Kawhi hopefully can stay healthy, get healthy. Paul George, stay healthy, be healthy, and all that.
Yeah. Any final notes with this?
No. Go Russ.
All right. Now, last matchup in the West, we had Nuggets took care of the Timberwolves in 5 games.
Pretty
I want to
good.
say something right now. Anthony Edwards is going to be
He's a superstar.
a top 3 player in this league.
I had before I remember back in like 2020 or 2021, sorry, when he got drafted, I said the top 5 players were gonna be like Luka, Morant, what's his face, Anthony Edwards, duh, and then I said like Tatum, and then I think I said Shea. Are gonna be like top 5 like young players coming up, really.
But this series, I just felt so bad for Edwards throughout because Karl Anthony Towns, to say it nicely, he played like horse ass.
Played terrible.
Jokic had this man in a headlock and
Yep.
I want to say something right now. After seeing how Jokic abused Towns and Gobert together, can you imagine what he's about to do to Bismack Biyombo and DeAndre Ayton?
But the funniest thing is, I heard he said like about 8. He's like his worst matchup he hates going up against is Ayton.
Okay, well, I saw Jokic versus Ayton in person, and Jokic dropped 41, 15,
Hey,
15 on his
hey.
head. So
But like, why do you think out of everybody he says Ayton? Why do you think that Ayton?
I don't know, because he says Ayton, but if you look at the numbers, he's never struggled against Ayton.
No, because
You remember the 2021 playoffs when they swept the Nuggets? I remember Jokic dropped 30, 20, 10 on his head.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's just trying to be respectful, but I'm not afraid of DeAndre Ayton.
Jokic is actually high-key funny, bro. Man said, the reporter asked him, what would you do in a pick and roll? Man said, parade.
Because that's all you can do against Kevin Durant. And that's what I am nervous about is that pick and roll with Booker and KD. But I like how Denver's going to match up against Phoenix.
Same.
I'm excited for that.
I think that's a 7-game series.
I wanted to ask you, too. You originally had a Clippers-Denver series where the Clippers win. Now, what do you have now with the Nuggets?
Denver and 7.
Denver and 7.
Yeah. Denver and 7. I feel like the minutes are going to catch up to Booker and Kevin Durant eventually. They're going to get gassed out, and they're going to have home court advantage, and I think they're going to take it at home.
And another thing, the resurgence of playoff Jamal Murray.
Yup, he's back, baby.
Incredible.
He's back, baby. What it do, baby?
I'm just so happy for Jokic and the Nuggets because these last 3 years have just been hell on earth.
And but every time I've been watching, like MPJ has been looking good.
MPJ is great. MPJ is the reason why we won Game 2 because Game 2 was weird. Nuggets were up
back
like
and forth. They came back.
Nuggets were up like 20 in the third quarter, and then Timberwolves just stormed, dropped 40
Anthony
points.
Edwards.
And they went into the fourth quarter with a lead, and then Michael Porter Jr. went on like a personal 8-0 run, and that's just. The Timberwolves just could never come back from that.
Yep.
So, Nuggets, everyone's showing up. Jokic is doing his thing. Murray's doing his thing. MPJ is doing his thing. KCP, I've loved what I've seen from him. Bruce Brown, I've loved what I've seen from Bruce Brown. He's been incredible off the bench. And, after this first series, you can look at the Clippers Suns, and it's a 5-game series. But if you watch those games, it was close for a lot of that.
It was really close.
And this was not a great Clippers team.
And the only reason why it was close is because of Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Because everybody. Oh, and also Nikhil Alexander Walker. Is that his name?
Oh my God, he was pissing me off.
Yeah, that guy was hitting big shots.
Yeah.
But everybody else, like Conley, was pretty bad. Gobert is Gobert.
Gobert was.
He was decent for a couple games, but he's just
Towns was awful.
He was awful, but the thing pisses me off about people. The reason why, I diss Gobert is because he's an all-star. He's not an all-star. He's his best attribute is defense, and he's getting cooked.
Yeah,
he's getting cooked.
Because the Timberwolves. I remember, Timberwolves fans on Twitter were fucking getting hard. Oh,
Twin Towers.
Jokic, he can't go up against Towns and Gobert. We're about to eat him up.
Twin Towers, bro. These nuts. It's please, I'm sorry, that was the worst possible duo I can think of as a center and power forward.
Just that trade now just crippled their franchise completely.
They lost their depth. They lost everything. They could have traded for someone like a Miles Turner, just as good, could shoot the three.
And they gave up Walker Kessler too.
They gave up Walker Kessler, who's a beast, who was a Rookie of the Year runner-up. And what's it called? They gave up Beverly, who was just the leader for them. Vanderbilt, who's an elite defender and an elite rebounder.
Yep.
They gave up Malik Beasley shooting. They gave up so much. And 4 picks. How can we forget about the 4 picks? How is he valued the same as Kevin Durant? Always
He got
state
more. Yeah. But the Timberwolves, looking at them as a whole, as a franchise, when you look at North American sports as a whole, that's just one of the most pathetic franchises that exists. And I'm sorry to Ben, he's a Timberwolves fan, but that just truly is just one of the most pathetic franchises that exists. 0 finals appearances, nothing.
No, but I love them.
I don't know.
You know why? They gave us D'Lo. Hey,
True.
hey, we made our team better. Appreciate it, Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota has just been a dumpster
Yo, free my
fire.
boy Edwards. Free him.
So, yeah, Zach, that's the Western Conference first round.
Yep.
What team right now is looking like they're making it out the West?
The Lakers.
The
Like I
Lakers, yeah.
said, the
No,
Lakers.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Lakers. But the other team is Denver. If I'm not choosing the Lakers, I'm choosing Denver.
Because Denver was making me nervous. Obviously, they kind of faltered and sputtered out in May. I was thinking that it was going to be sloppy, but they came out game 1, 30-point win.
No, but like, I'm also scared about the Suns because of Kevin Durant and the way Booker's playing. The reason why that this duo is working perfectly is because the main focus last year was Booker.
Yeah.
They locked him up. Now they have to look out for Booker and Kevin Durant, which is making it.
You still have Chris Paul
You still
dishing.
got Chris Paul, and he's been hitting clutch buckets. I can't lie.
Yes, he has.
But nah, the Suns are they're just scary. But there's something about them that just doesn't make me believe them.
I think it's just the depth. That's
It's the
it.
depth.
And Monty Williams is going to play Kevin Durant into the ground.
He's gonna play him like Kobe got hit to the ground in 2013, bro.
Yeah.
Sad out here.
But yeah, Grizzlies
Lakers
out.
though. It's a parade in Summer City, yeah.
Definitely not fine in the West.
No, maybe we are.
All right,
I'm not. Sorry, I can't get too cocky now. Sorry.
let's move on to the East. Let's start with Brooklyn, Philly. This was probably the least eventful. You know, Philly, they did their thing. They sweep them. Joel Embiid. Game 3 was the weirdest game, though, because you had Joel Embiid kicks Claxton in the dick.
Should've gotten
Nothing
kicked out of the
happens.
game.
And then Harden. How is Harden ejected in that game, but Embiid wasn't?
But I feel like the ref's mindset is like, we can't allow this to happen twice.
They let it. It happened twice because they allowed it the first time.
Yeah, but Harden's looked more like an accident.
It
Some
was.
people-
I saw it as an accident
Now,
for
some
sure.
some people said it was on purpose.
I guess you can never know unless you read the guy's mind. But
Yep.
for me, when I'm looking at it, it looked like a basketball move because he's dribbling and he puts his arm
Yeah,
out.
he was just trying to shield it.
But yeah, and then Embiid misses game 4. Reports coming out today he's missing game 1 against
Doubtful.
Boston. That's if
It happens every year. It's the Philly curse. I said if they were serious, they're gonna sweep the Sixers, bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna sweep the Nets. If they were serious on making a finals run, they were gonna sweep them. But I'm gonna have to take back my second round prediction.
So you no longer have
Celtics
in a sweep?
Yeah, no, I got it in like 6 now.
6? Even with Embiid doubtful game 1?
Yeah, I feel
Fair enough.
like he'll force it back game 2 or 3, come back, they'll win at home, and then they'll lose eventually.
And now that we're already talking about Boston, I want to say you were so close because
close.
you predicted Celtics in 7. I thought
was-
you were a psycho.
Bro, everybody thought I was a psycho.
But respect. I mean, Hawks, they pulled out those 2 great wins.
I said Trae Young was gonna have great games, and he had great games, man. He was great. Murray. Oh, what do you think about the
DeJounte.
Murray suspension?
I didn't love it.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
I didn't love it, no.
But like, it's sort of the same thing. Like with, you gotta keep that same energy. Like if like I'm pretty sure that escalated too because of the Draymond maybe suspension.
Yeah.
But why the hell is Embiid suspended too or something like that?
Yeah,
It's just
I know.
stupid. It's so inconsistent, this league, bro.
Maybe I wouldn't suspend Embiid, but he definitely should not have
He
finished
should
that
not kicked
game.
out of the game.
Absolutely.
They would have lost maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. But Boston, I don't know. I
They
don't
didn't
want to
look
say
as good.
Yeah, because games 1 and 2, they were pretty dominant. They came out and handled their business. And then game 3, game 3 is where it started to get kind of weird because Trae Young has an incredible game, 32
Trae Young's
points.
him. Trae Young's him. The hate on Trae Young is getting insane too. He's becoming he's a villain in the league. Like the hate is gonna eventually come, but the hate on him becoming overrated, this and that, it's insane now.
Now, what I'm impressed with Trae Young, games 1 and 2, he did not play
He didn't look
particularly.
good, yeah.
And then game 3, 32 points. Game 4, 35 points. Game 5, 38 points. Just respect. He bounced back. You know, I'm not a Trae fan nor a Trae hater, but he gained my respect at this series for sure.
He's a great player. Maybe he might not be a number 1 on a championship team. Maybe he's definitely a number 2 in my opinion, but he looked great, man. I'm not like he looked great after game 2.
And Tatum, he's been kind of
Brown's been carrying, bro.
Brown's been
the guy. Like I have a bunch of my friends have been saying like Brown's better than Tatum.
And yeah, no, that's what I want to talk about. Is whenever there's these huge trade discussions, it's always Brown's getting traded.
And that'll be a huge mistake, Boston.
Yeah, because every day I'm watching and Jaylen Brown is showing up and he's incredible, both ends of the floor.
Yep, and he's literally, in my opinion, the 3rd best defender. Like he's the number 2 best perimeter defender, but he's the 3rd best defender overall. Like I have Smart and then Robert Williams over him, and then I have Brown. But Brown is just, Brown's the guy, bro. People don't understand. Like he's not. I don't think he's a number 2. I think he's 1B, 1A, 1B type of thing.
And I hate because I remember when Kevin Durant during the trade deadline, the rumors were coming out. Kevin Durant for Jaylen Brown. Like, how are Celtics fans so easy to discard Jaylen Brown? He's been easily their best player.
Oh, Jaylen Brown is him. Jaylen Brown's the guy. There's nights where he, like, in a series, he's been more consistent, obviously, than Tatum, like, in the last 2 years. Like, last year's playoffs and this year so far.
Yeah. And, yeah, Jaylen Brown's been incredible. And
I don't know, but the Celtics, they're just giving me a little feeling that they're not ready still. And it's shocking because they always make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They made it to the finals finally last year. They're knocking on the door. But, man, I don't know. They're just not convincing me.
Yeah, I didn't like that Game 5 loss at home in Boston.
Yeah.
There's no way that series is going
inexcusable.
against. Yeah, I agree.
And that's why I thought Atlanta would take them in a 7.
And respect, you were close.
I was close.
Respect to the Hawks, honestly. Trae Young, he's earned my respect.
They need something, though. Atlanta, they need something. They need a better wing, a better winger.
And
like Hunter's really good as a role player, but they need like a star type of. They need a Jaylen Brown maybe.
And you don't like John Collins.
I don't like John Collins on that team. He's a great player on that team. He's not a right fit.
All right, so yeah, and this second round with Boston Philly, this is a career-defining series for Embiid.
Embiid, Harden, everybody you can think of except for I would say Maxey.
Because this is going to be Embiid's MVP season. And
yep. They're giving it to him.
And then what's going to happen if Boston just spanks him up like they always do? Like
I'm going to call him a regular season player. And the debate is always between Jokic and Embiid. This playoffs is going to really separate either player between each other. It's going to separate. It's going to define a lot. It's going to show is Embiid really a top 5 player? Is he really in that discussion? We have to see, but this Philly might get lucky. I feel like there's going to be something that's going to go their way, even though Embiid is doubtful.
Yeah, and we always have these legacy talks.
This is a legacy.
This is a legacy series
for
Embiid.
Jokic and Embiid, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think more so for Embiid because Jokic has the excuse. His team's been injured. He's been to a Western Conference Finals.
But he has a team now.
Yeah, Jokic does have a team now, and in my opinion, if the Nuggets don't make the finals, this is a disappointment.
It's a disappointment, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint the Lakers.
And same with the Sixers, man, because Embiid, Zach, he was drafted in 2014. It is 2023, and he has still not made it past the second round.
That does not feel real.
And the teammates he's had, too.
Oh, they've been incredible.
Jimmy Butler, Tobias isn't incredible, but, Jimmy Butler, he had those three good years.
James Harden now.
He had 3 good years of Ben Simmons.
Oh, no, Ben Simmons was playing elite back then. I didn't think it would last, but that's another story. Who else? There's a bunch of people. Now I just completely forgot.
But yeah, Jimmy Butler alone, that's better than any teammate Jokic has ever had.
Tobias Harris over me. And speaking of Jimmy Butler, should we switch over?
And okay, wait 1 second. I just
You have one
also
more
want to
take?
give Maxey his flowers. He's
Yeah.
easily been
Yep.
the Sixers' best player,
Um,
best scorer at least.
I
Best
might,
scorer for
I
sure.
might have to say like the best player of the series has been Tobias Harris. I didn't think he deserved the 180 mil contract. He's been showing up. He always shows up in the first round though. I'm gonna give him his flowers, but I need to see it against a bigger team like the Celtics.
And this season for the Brooklyn Nets, I mean, with all the just chaos that occurred, Kyrie to the Mavs, KD to the Suns, to still be able to come and make the playoffs,
Yep.
not even the play-in playoffs, I mean, that's respect.
They got an all-star in Mikal Bridges.
Yep.
They got a great players. And,
Got a great young core, defensive young core.
but that team is just a bunch of role players. They just
Yeah.
have a bunch. They have the perfect.
It's like the 2018 Raptors.
Yeah, they just have a bunch of role players that would fit on any team. It's together. Mikal Bridges isn't ready yet. Cameron Johnson was really good this series. Dinwiddie, you keep talking hot to Kuzma on Twitter. No,
Yeah.
man, that Twitter beef was hilarious.
All right, and we kind of teased it, but let's talk about it. Heat over the Bucks.
Jimmy Buckets! Oh my goodness, what an incredible series by
Oh.
Jimmy Butler. That's one of my favorite players, man.
Yep. Game 4 ties. He's 4-way tie for the 4th highest playoff scoring game. 56 points.
No, but everybody doubted the Heat. Unless you're a Heat fan, if you pick the Heat, you're a liar. Unless you're a Heat fan, the only people that pick the Heat are Heat fans. That's it. Everybody picked the Bucks. Nobody saw this coming.
I had the Bucks winning the championship, bro.
I
That's heat.
had the Bucks making it to the finals.
Yeah, we both had. No, I actually wanted to talk to you about that with
Disappointment.
with the Bucks. We both had the Bucks making it out the East.
Yep.
Who is your new Eastern Conference champion from what you've seen?
I don't like anybody right now.
Yeah, that's me too. Like the Heat, obviously they beat the Bucks, but I don't know finals really. The Knicks, not the most playoff experience. Who's on the other side? The
Celtics and Sixers.
Celtics are legit, but they kind of
They just
played with their
give
food
me-
with.
They just give me not serious vibes right now.
And then the Sixers, I'm not confident.
We can
in
never
that.
trust them because Embiid gets injured all the time before the second round usually.
But I mean, yeah,
They're
this
very-
series, Jimmy Butler showed up every single game. Game 1, 35 points. Game 3, 30 points. Game 4, 56.
Jimmy
Game 5,
Butler.
Game 5 sends him home with a 42 piece.
Jimmy Butler, one of the best playoff performers in history.
Yeah, and we say, playoff Jimmy, playoff Jimmy is
It's
a real.
It's
absolutely.
real. Because for some reason I did think the Bucks would come back 3-1.
I saw it too.
I did not think they'd win Game 5 at all. But like the Bucks just completely they sold. Like Giannis, he needs to take some it's credit for that loss because he was 10 for 23 from the line. 10 for 23. That's his kryptonite right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lingering in his mind all off season.
And the one game the Bucks did win, Giannis didn't even play
didn't
in.
even
So
play.
Giannis didn't win a game this playoffs.
He didn't win a game these playoffs.
And I know it's unfair. Obviously, he gets injured, and if he doesn't sustain that injury, maybe they win in 5. But that's basketball.
we don't even know if he was even 100% though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There's some points in the series where it didn't seem like Giannis.
But yeah, next year the Bucks really need to make a run because this is this is bad. 6th ever 8-1 upset, first one since 2013.
Bro, and the thing that makes it even more shocking what Jimmy did is he did it on Drew Holiday.
Oh, he was embarrassing.
In my opinion, Drew Holiday is literally the number one defender in the league.
Number 1, I have him up there for sure.
I have him as
top
number
5.
one. And he's definitely the number one
And
perimeter
Jimmy
defender.
Butler was just abusing him.
It's like
Not only the
man.
points, but he was talking to him every play, calling him little. You can't guard me. If I'm Drew Holiday, I'm crying myself to sleep
Nah,
for the
but
whole summer.
Drew
bro.
Holiday's he's an incredible player. I just didn't know that.
That's just how good Jimmy played.
That's just how good he is. Man, I'm still stunned over it, as you could tell. But Middleton had a great series. Holiday didn't perform well. Lopez had a good series.
Lopez was great.
Lopez was
incredible.
Great.
He was eating on Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, and then the unks got at it together. Portis and Udad and Haslam. Yo, who you got in that fight? Uncle Haslam.
Haslam's whooping
Uncle
him,
Portis.
bro. Haslam's whooping him.
Haslam. I got 10K on Haslam.
But yeah.
10K on Haslam. He runs Miami.
Do you think? Do you think this is the biggest playoff upset in the last 5 years?
Upset in the last 5 years.
From what you can remember. Because the only other upsets I think can kind of scale up to this is Mavs over Suns last year.
Yeah.
You can say, I'm trying to think.
Did you say bubble Heat versus my Bucks?
You can say that too, absolutely. I mean, you know.
I know, I predicted Heat that in 2020. I predicted Heat going to that finals.
Really?
Wow. I predicted them beating the Bucks because I didn't think they were ready.
And yes, you did.
I just didn't believe Eric Bledsoe was ready. That's the only reason why I picked Heat, because they when they got Drew Holiday, that's when they just shot on everybody, but except this year. But what other upsets were there in the last? Like, what else? Like,
I don't know.
An upset, like, it's not an upset because they were injured. I would say the Raptors and Warriors, but that's not an upset.
Yeah, but, you know, because the Raptors were still, like, the 2 seed in the East. You know, they were a formidable team.
No, but it was still the Warriors with Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But from what I can remember, that number one, it's Heat beating the Bucks, and then number 2 is definitely the Mavs over the Suns. So.
Yeah.
What about you? The same?
Yeah, I mean, this is just... I could never imagine if you would have told me 2 weeks ago that the
Bucks would get out in the first round.
Yeah, I would have called you a psycho. Get out of my face. Stay off the weed.
This has been the best playoffs in a while. This has been the best playoffs in a while. Would you agree with that?
Oh, this first round, I've seen almost every game, which, you know, like, I should probably go talk.
The only matchup that I wished happened would be Warriors and Grizzlies. I just wanted to see that beef.
Nice.
I just wanted to see that beef. I know Brooks and LeBron were yapping. LeBron didn't care. He just gave him his 40 and left.
Gave him 20 and 20 at 38 years old.
That's 40. That's the 40 piece he needed.
But Zach, a 38-year-old dropping 20 points, 20 rebounds. Like, tell me that there is not a... Like, he's the GOAT, man.
He's not the GOAT.
Like, I was a Jordan guy for the longest time, but this guy LeBron,
He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. I will admit this. I will say this until he absolutely proves me. He's proven it a lot of times, maybe, but he's not the GOAT still.
Fair enough.
In my opinion.
All right, last series.
It's Jordan, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. We'll get to that debate sometime. We'll have a proper GOAT debate. And now, last series, Knicks absolutely spanked the Cavs.
I was so wrong.
I had the Cavs in 7 because, you know, I knew the Knicks were like a solid team.
5.
Yeah, you had.
It was a full 360. It's Knicks in 5.
Yeah.
I just thought Donovan Mitchell would perform.
And Donovan Mitchell played fine at the beginning. I mean, he drops 38 in game 1. Garland drops 32 in game 2. And then they both just kind of disappeared after that.
It's like, the thing about the Cavs, I didn't take this in. Except for Donovan Mitchell. This is everyone's basically first playoffs, except Cedi Osman and Danny Green, and then Donovan Mitchell. Everybody else, I just noticed, Karis LeVert has never been to the playoffs, I think. Shockingly.
Maybe with Brooklyn 2019?
Oh, I guess.
But,
no,
you know,
but he's injured maybe.
He's not like a seasoned playoff vet.
I guess. What's his face? This was Jared Allen's first one.
Garland's first playoffs.
Was Jared Allen in that?
Oh, he was on Brooklyn 2019.
Okay. I
Garland's first playoffs.
Garland's first playoffs. This is... I don't know. I did not see the Knicks coming. Like, Jalen Brunson is him.
Yeah, Jalen.
I predicted Julius Randle playing ass, and it was true. He played garbage. I knew he's not a playoff player.
Brunson, though.
Brunson literally is putting him in a backpack. Josh Hart is locked down on defense. Mitchell Robinson is protecting the rim.
Mitchell Robinson, I want to say right now, he is the MVP of this series for the Knicks. If there was an offensive board to grab, he grabbed every single board.
You think he's the MVP?
I mean, obviously Garland had the points, but Garland does not.
Brunson?
Bruh, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Brunson had played incredible. Why was he playing incredible? Because Mitchell Robinson's pulling in every single rebound. Knicks are getting second, third, fourth chance opportunities.
My personal MVP is Josh Hart.
Because he was incredible as well.
game 1, he won them that game. Brunson was for the points. Mitchell Robinson was obviously the boards. But defense, he was playing. He was on an injured ankle, and he hit big shots. And he got offensive rebounds. And then ever since Quentin Grimes got out of the lineup because he got injured, and they put Josh Hart in the starting lineup, bro's been incredible. And he's like shitting on Mitchell, bro. He's locking him up.
Yeah.
Mitchell hasn't been the same. I always want to believe that Donovan Mitchell can win a championship as the number 1 guy. I always want to believe it. I always do because I see him in the playoffs. He's performing. He's doing incredible. This and that. And every single time he's disappointed me because like the Utah days was far behind you. I thought the Cavs days he could do something, especially now that the Bucks are gone. He could have taken out the Knicks. He could have beat the Heat. Who knows what happened after that?
Could have beat the Celtics.
I always want to believe that. I always want to believe Donovan Mitchell could be a number 1. I need to see more.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just so disappointed. I had high hopes for him. That's why the only reason why I had Cavs in 5 was not because of Brunson. Was not because of all the Knicks players. It was because of Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and he didn't play at his level.
He didn't play at his level. It is what it is. You come back next year, try again. But
do you think Cavs should make some moves in the summer? Possibly.
They need to move. They need to for a wing. They need a wing. They need a small forward. Like Okoro ain't cutting it. He's got off the bench. Like LeVert is really good. He was really good this series. Actually, he was one of the best for the Cavs.
I love Jared Allen, but bro, Mitchell Robinson was just abusing him on the glass.
He abused him. Like Jared
18
Allen.
rebounds in Game 5 to send them home.
It's tough, man, because Jared Allen is a really good center, but Mobley was playing terrible too. How did I forget about Mobley?
Garbage, my God.
Mobley is such a good player with such good potential. Has the length, has everything you need. He has like an Anthony Davis type of build. The length, the height, he has the shooting. It's just the fact that he didn't perform the series, and it's in the big moments like these you need Mobley, you need the Allens, Garland. He played good a couple games. I'll give him that. He played good a couple games. But the Allens, the Mobleys, LeVert, he showed up. Those are the players you need to win the playoffs. The Knicks had it with Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart and probably others. I just can't think of on the top of my head. Barrett. Oh, yeah.
RJ
Barrett played good after game 2. He was really good. And then, yeah, I don't know, man. I was disappointed in the Cavs. I had high hopes for them. But Brunson is him. The Knicks are scary.
That signing now for Brunson is just looking better
It's
and
looking better by the minute.
Mavs
And
are
the
looking
Mavs.
worse and worse. And worse.
Free Luka. But
Free
yo, hey, and speaking of the Mavs, did you see who was at courtside of the Lakers game yesterday?
Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie.
And also, I want to show you, Zach, the New York Knicks Game 5 to close out the series. They had 6 players in double digits. They had Jalen Brunson, 23 points, Mitchell Robinson, 13 points, 18 rebounds, RJ Barrett, 21 points, Julius Randle, 13 points, Emmanuel Quickley, 19, Obi Toppin, 12. 6 players doubled. This is what you need to win, and the Knicks had it. Tom Thibodeau coached circles around Bickerstaff.
Yeah. Shout out Thibs. I got Heat beating them though.
I was actually going to ask now that since we both had Bucks coming out the East, we can make a new unofficial kind of Eastern bracket for ourselves. So you have a Heat Celtics Eastern Conference Finals rematch.
Heat in 6.
You have Heat making the finals?
Oh no, sorry. I have Heat beating the Knicks in 6, and then I got Celtics winning in 6 also. Then Heat and Celtics rematch. I gotta go with Celtics in 7. Celtics in 7.
I don't hate it. So you have a Lakers Celtics final?
Yeah.
And do you still have Lakers winning championship number 18?
Yep.
Okay, so
this is part of the script. This is what the NBA wants. They want the Lakers to versus Celtics in the finals. But
Miami Heat Knicks is an underrated like old school rivalry in the NBA because you remember the Alonzo Mourning fight. Jeff Van dude grabs his
even
legs.
like this season, like in the regular season, they were even. Julius Randle.
Because you remember that game? Yeah.
Bang! I mean, that was a double bang.
This
right?
is gonna be a toxic series.
I'm excited.
Heat fan and Knicks fans on Twitter going against each other.
Do you see anybody stopping Jimmy Butler on the Knicks?
Jimmy Butler? I don't think that. I think they're just gonna have to let Jimmy Butler cook, and you're just gonna have to restrict everyone else because without Butler's playing, you're not holding him. He just dropped 56 on the Bucks.
I don't know. They need somebody step up, and I feel like Hero. This is where you miss Hero. I want to see Lowry put in work now.
So you had the Heat winning in 6. I like the Knicks in 7.
You're taking Knicks.
Knicks in 7.
It's closing out in the Madison Square Garden.
Yes, I did. That game 7 too. If it happens, it's gonna be electric.
You're making Stephen A. happy right now.
I know. I don't like. I hate to go with the New York media, but I like what I've seen. And is Tyler Hero out the whole series too?
He might be back for the conference finals.
Oh,
Maybe he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
But with what I saw in Game 5 from the Knicks, I mean, 6 players doubled. I fell in love with this team right here. I'm really confident.
Nah, man. The Knicks fans have to be the funniest fans ever. It is so funny out there. I'm happy for them. They're going crazy.
If they win you see how they're reacting to a first round series.
Yeah,
right? If they
bro.
win the chip, that city's burning down.
Chill out with the chip.
I'm just saying, like, with how crazy they're acting for a first round series win, like that city's gonna get burnt down if they win the.
So I have a little bit of info for y'all in the bag here. Hero underwent successful open reduction and internal fixation surgery in his right hand, and he's expected to miss at least 6 weeks.
6 hours. He's not. Yeah.
So
Thanks,
unless
Matt.
they make the finals.
Injury report, Matthew.
Unless they make the finals, I think that's the only time he'll be back.
But so yeah, especially no Tyler Hero, man. I'm really scared to pick against Butler again. But I like what this Knicks team has shown me, and I'm confident with it. And then Eastern Conference Finals, give me Celtics over.
Next.
And then I originally had the Bucks beating the Nuggets. Give me the Nuggets over the Celtics.
So you got
I'm just
Nuggets
riding my
winning the
Nuggets
finals,
train, yeah. Because I've liked what I've seen from the Nuggets too. And
who do you have out of the Lakers and whoever comes out? You said Warriors.
I know I originally said Warriors. I've really liked what I've seen from the Lakers, but I think because I don't even know if the Warriors are even gonna make it now to this series.
I have a reason why I think they're gonna beat either team. I know I'm a Laker fan, this and that. I gotta be biased sometimes, but do you really believe that Sabonis or anybody on the Warriors could hold Anthony Davis with his length, with his height?
I mean, they can throw Looney and Green at him.
Yeah, but what about the Kings?
Yeah, but then
Got him thinking.
Yeah. Oh, that's heat. Maybe you're right, but
okay, but you're riding with the Warriors, right?
I'll take Warriors winning Game 7. With the second round, though, I think I'll stay with my pick of Warriors. I don't want to start switching up.
Ooh, so you got a rematch of the first round from last year.
What?
Against Warriors? Because you said Warriors are beating the Kings, and then you saw Warriors beating Lakers.
I do. So yeah,
Shit.
and then I think the Nuggets come over the hurdle, beat the Warriors in the conference finals. But I wouldn't be I'm not going to be shocked at all if the Warriors lose this Game 7 right here, because the Kings, I've loved what the Kings have shown me. I don't know.
we bleed purple and gold. We bleed purple and gold out here.
And I don't know. Maybe if the Warriors lose, I definitely have the Lakers over the Kings. But if the Warriors make it out, I'll probably still take the Warriors over the Lakers. And so that's the first round. We've gone through every series here, and I don't think I've ever had more fun watching a first round of NBA basketball.
Beautiful game of basketball. We all love to see it.
I've seen, I think there's only maybe one game I've missed so far, which, that's kind of sad. I got to go out and I've had fun though. I don't no regrets at all. I've had an incredible time watching playoff basketball. Not even just playoff basketball, playoff hockey's been great. Everything's been incredible.
All right. So is that it for the first round?
I think that's it for NBA first round.
You want to switch it over to the who would you rather have?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna be doing a new topic of who would you rather have. So Pavle, would you rather have Ja Morant or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shai.
Why?
Because Shea, it's hard to say because he's not going to have as much playoff experience. He doesn't have the same team, but I like Shea a lot. Especially, is this for the future we're considering too?
This is future. This is who would you rather have?
Who would I like if I'm a GM drafting?
Yeah.
I like Shea too. He stays out of trouble, out of the headlines. I think he's reliable, and I'm not saying Ja Morant's bad in any sense of the word, but if I'm a GM and I'm taking into account what I've seen so far from both players, Shea's less injury prone than Ja, and I like Shea. He's good. He's averaging 31 points a year. I think he's gonna be a superstar.
Can you guess who I have? It's a parade inside my city. I'm picking Ja Morant. Ja Morant's the obvious answer for me. Shea is him. I have 3 players in the same category of Ja Morant, Shea, and De'Aaron. But I feel like the reason why I picked Ja Morant is because he got from the get-go. He was amazing. He was a top-tier player. You could already see he's a highlight reel, and he's made it deep. He's made it to the playoffs every year. He's gotten a chance.
Yeah,
he has had a great team, but I'm picking Ja Morant.
I might have
Ja
been a little
Morant.
biased because Shea's one of my favorite players, but I see your point, and I think I'll still go with Shea. I like Shea a lot for the future.
Nah, bro.
It's a parade inside my city.
It's the parade inside my city, yeah. Come on, Ja Morant, all day, every day.
Can we talk about real quick though with the Grizzlies? They really need a deep playoff run now.
Yeah.
It's desperately need a deep playoff run.
They need a better winger than Brooks. They need OG or something. They got to figure out something.
Yeah, but Brooks' trade value is just in the shitter right now.
It used to be high.
It used to be high. Who's trading for him now?
Who knows? God knows.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell? Got him.
That's hard.
I got my pick.
Give me Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin Booker. He's just, especially in this first round, from what I've seen, and overall from what I've seen from Booker, he's been to a finals, and I know that's a little unfair. He's had better teams than Mitchell, but
Yeah.
I don't love Devin Booker, but I like him over Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree. It is Devin Booker, and just because honestly, I might be now like recently biased, but because of the playoff series, I gotta go with Devin Booker.
But Devin Booker, he consistently shows up in the playoffs,
Yeah.
though.
There's
he
sometimes
played
where
pretty bad against the Mavs. But
Yeah, that's it. The next, would you rather have James Harden or Jimmy Himmy
and
buckets?
is this we're okay?
This is just in general. Who'd you rather have?
Harden or Butler? I don't like if it's like I don't know. Prime Harden was a madman, but Jimmy Butler.
Got him.
If I'm looking at it like if I'm drafting rookie, Harden because
Okay, how about I'll make it easier for you. This season recently.
Butler then.
This season you're taking Butler.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jimmy buckets. It's obvious, bro. Jimmy, Himmy, Butler. Prime Harden, you know he was him. It wouldn't be a conversation if it was Prime Harden, but it's Jimmy, Himmy, Butler.
If it's current, absolutely. Jimmy Butler.
He went to a finals and he took a team to the finals and he took them to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's been showing he could carry a team, but yeah. Next one, dun dun dun. Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kevin Durant?
Currently or
Currently, for the future, or no, not for the future. That's not fine. So right
Yeah.
now, that's not fair.
right now, if I want Kevin Durant or Giannis,
Healthy.
that answer for me depends upon the team I have too. But healthy, just give me KD because KD you can just drop him into any team and he's gonna do his thing.
For me, it's Giannis. Giannis.
Giannis?
I still, even after that playoff meltdown that they had, he's still the number one player in the league. Give me Giannis.
I
all
think
day.
he's number one in the world for sure. But
Yeah.
there's something about Kevin Durant though. You can
I can't trust him unless it's a super team. That's the only time I can trust him. That's the only time. Okay, next one. Steph Curry
Steph Curry,
or Luka Magic?
Steph.
You're taking Steph.
Steph. Yeah.
Easy.
Steph.
Easy.
Yeah.
Think about
Because I mean, they're both not incredible defenders, but Steph Curry. I mean, he's Steph Curry. He changed the game of basketball. He's probably one of the most unguardable players of all time. And I'm not saying Luka's easy to guard in any sense, but Steph for sure.
The argument that I have for Luka is he hasn't had the teams Curry has.
Yeah, obviously.
But the answer is Steph Curry. Let's be honest. Okay, that's all we have for Who Would You Rather. We'll see you next time. But I got another question for you. Who's your top 5, 1 to 5 listing of who's the top 5 villains of the league? Who's the top 5?
5 villains.
Villains.
I'll start with no order. Let me just kind of spitball some
Okay.
names. So you can say Dylan Brooks. You can say Pat Bev, Grayson Allen,
Yep.
Trey Young,
Uncle Portis?
Portis,
Draymond?
villains. Draymond. Yup. Let's see. Villains. You can say KD. Not as much anymore. Villains.
And we'll do currently.
Okay, so all right, so top 5 we can kind of say like Pat Bev, Draymond, Grayson Allen, Trey Young, and who's the 5th I said?
You said Draymond?
Draymond, Pat Bev,
Grayson Allen,
Dylan Brooks.
Brooks,
That's and something about Dylan Brooks I want to say is like, maybe I don't respect him personally, but I love that there's a new villain in the league because
Yep.
I think that's great for publicity. It's great to draw because toxicity is good for the league. Like,
Yep.
why do you think the Bulls Pistons 90s? I would love for a violent rivalry like that in the modern day. I would kill for something like that. But top 5 villains, yeah, Brooks. You say Trey Young. Everyone's chanting "fuck Trey Young" at every arena now. Like, you can say Grayson Allen's just a bitch. I hate Grayson Allen. Draymond, absolutely a villain. Guy stomps on Sabonis and then starts like waving at the Kings crowd. And Adam Silver was in that crowd too.
If you had an order from 1 to 5.
Order from 1 to 5. Probably Brooks number 1 because he's just fully embraced the villain role.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond number 2 because he's just a full-on menace. Just seeing him like hype up the Sacramento crowd after he stomped on some, that was just beautiful. That was gorgeous.
Who else? Who's 3rd?
And then 3rd, I'll go Trey Young because
Yeah.
he's just cold.
Yep. He's just too good that they have to hate on him.
Or no, I'll go Beverly over
Beverly's 3rd.
Young
Ooh.
in terms of villainy.
Okay. For
'Cause
number 4?
This guy Pat Bev is 4. I'll put Grayson Allen.
And then 5 Young?
5 Young, yeah.
Okay, my list. I have the same people as you, but different order.
Okay.
So I got Dylan Brooks is the number 1 villain. That's kind of obvious. I got number 2 is Patrick Beverly. I got number 3 as Trey Young. Number 4 is Draymond, and then Grayson Allen he's just not good. He's just a villain.
He's just dirty.
Yeah, he's dirty, but honestly, he's a good role player. He's just hated on because he does dirty stuff, but he's a really good role player. Could shoot, could drive.
Yeah, he can have an occasional
I
game.
loved him on Duke.
Duke, yeah.
That's the only reason why I have him at 5. I loved him on Duke.
Because, yeah, Grayson Allen, too, he's a guy who can pop off for like a 23-point game here and there,
Mm-hmm.
25, but then he'll just have a 10-game stretch where you don't know where the hell he is.
But we all can agree number 1 is Dylan Brooks, man. That dance, that's iconic now. I love it. Yo, Dylan Brooks, man, as a villain, I just love him. He's so funny.
I love that he's embracing the villain role, but, I mean...
He's a funny dude.
I think some of
Walked
the...
in, walked out.
And did you see Lakers fans yelling, "It's a parade inside my city" to T. Morant?
Bro, that was
While he
funny.
was walking out the arena?
It was, they did it to Jaw. They did it to Brooks. Bro, somebody was walking beside Brooks. It was like, bro, it was a walk
The
of
walk
shame.
of shame, yeah.
That was funny as hell. But Brooks, you're a W villain.
Yeah, I like it. I think we need more villains because it draws in attention, you know. But all right, that's NBA talk. Anything else, Zach?
You want to do the cap, or you want to do it at the very end?
We can do that at the end if you want.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk a little NFL here because since the last episode we've had a lot. So Aaron Rodgers is officially a Jet. It happened.
It's been a good week.
They got it done before the deadline. Not before the deadline, before the draft. And Zach, your Ravens. You've had a.
It's been a great.
I'll let you take over here.
It's been a great week. Like, I couldn't be happier for my boy Lamar. He finally got the bag that he needed. No, highest paid in the NFL as we speak. History, right? It's history, eh?
History.
He is Lamar. It's a beautiful day in Baltimore.
Are you not like a tiny bit nervous though for the highest of all time? Because he's not exactly the healthiest player.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
So, and then the Ravens also draft Zay Flowers.
W pick.
Yeah, I agree. So now you guys have a receiving core.
This is why I'm loving this offseason. We finally get to see Lamar Jackson with some actual receivers. The past few years have been it's just been terrible. People say he can't throw, but I feel like the same effect what happened with Jalen Hurts when he finally got a number one receiver. Joe Burrow's been having his number one receiver.
Jamar, yeah.
Josh Allen he's had his number one receiver. He took off. Everybody when they finally the only person that I can respect is Patrick Mahomes because he can do it with anybody.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like the same effect will happen with Lamar. People say he can't throw. People said that about Jalen Hurts last year. He got AJ Brown. Devontae Smith was blossoming. Look what happened. Lamar Jackson, he's got Odell Beckham Jr. now. He got Rashard Bateman. They drafted Zay Flowers. You got Mark Andrews. You got everybody that you ask for. Nelson Aguilar. Everybody that you can ask for. And we finally get to see him blossom. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a glow-up MVP type of year. They're going to make a deep playoff run if he stays healthy. Obviously, health always matters. But I feel like this is going to be the same effect of Josh Allen when he got Stephon Diggs, when Jalen Hurts got A.J. Brown. And when all these receivers, they got their top tier, receivers. Man.
And you brought up, Josh Allen gets Stephon, he explodes. Joe Burrow gets Jamar Chase, he comes up. What's crazy about Lamar is, he already has an MVP.
Yep.
He's established himself, and now we're just adding to that.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it for the Ravens.
Top tier receivers, a top 3 tight end, and they got a great defense now.
And yeah, so do you have the Ravens easily taking the AFC North?
I got them taking the AFC North. I got them making it depends on health. Always depends on health. If I see them healthy, I think Lamar is going to touch the AFC Championship. I feel like them and always can never count out Kansas City. And then
Cincinnati's going to be solid.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though. It's too early to tell because there's still the draft going on.
Obviously, yeah.
And some trades need to happen and cuts and.
You never know what's going to happen.
Gotta see what happens. But I really want to ask you, as a Cowboy fan, how do you feel about the Eagles right now?
I'm nervous. Not gonna signing DeAndre. Because I was reading the rumors that Derrick Henry was like reportedly coming. Oh my! I almost killed myself when I heard that. But DeAndre Swift. He's not Henry, but he's a solid running back.
He's really good.
Yeah, the Eagles are.
And then they stacking up their defensive line.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Jalen Carter, bro. Fletcher Cox. Oh my god.
Bro, the Grahams is still there, right? And then they got Jordan Davis. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous. If I'm the Cowboys, you got to make another move. You gotta get a D-Hop or
You think it's a receiving problem because your defense is?
I don't think it's a receiving problem, but I mean, if we got to add something though.
Because you guys have CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup.
We got Brandon Cooks.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Brandon Cooks is really good.
Yeah, and if we can get like a D-Hop, because then we can have.
And you guys have still Schultz as your tight end.
No, he's gone.
Where'd he go?
I think he left in free agency.
What? Wait, who's your tight end then?
I think we drafted someone.
Oh.
Here, Matt, can you see where Dalton Schultz went?
Or is he on
I don't think he's on the
franchise
Cowboys.
tag?
No, we put Pollard on the franchise tag.
Yeah, and you guys cut Zeke.
Yeah, I'm not sad about that.
Really?
Well, 2016 me is sad because, that was just magical, but current me, he's washed.
Where do you think he's going to go?
Do? Where's he going to go? Where can he go? Maybe the Lions?
I heard like Buccaneers,
like the Lions. They just lost Swift. Maybe the Bills?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But out of everybody, like so far,
Dalton Schultz, yeah.
He
At a-
went in round 4 of the 2018 draft.
Like what team is he on now?
Oh, Houston, I believe.
Oh, right, he did.
Houston, huh?
Houston, yeah. And
Um,
then the
Yeah.
Cowboys just drafted a tight end. Yes, I don't remember
who
his
do you
name.
think like we already passed the first round? We already passed. I think we're on like fourth round now. Who do you think is so far taking the biggest W? out of the draft?
Eagles for sure, man.
Eagles.
You just went to the Super Bowl. You had Jalen Carter to your freaking team, man. Like that's just
Mine is Houston.
Houston. That I actually,
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud, and then they make the huge trade for Will Anderson.
Yep. I think they took the biggest W so far.
A lot of people didn't really love that though, because one of them can just kind of fraud out, and then you waste. Yeah,
Like you need like defensive tone. You need a defensive player, and he's the best out of the draft.
I like it though for the Texans. I remember watching it.
But
And
yeah, I don't know. In the NFL season, who do you think is gonna be the biggest surprising team?
biggest surprising team.
The biggest surprise, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Ravens will be good. Surprise. What team will surprise? Maybe the Falcons. They got Bijan Robinson. They got Drake London.
They got Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
so-
Pitts. That's a young core. I think they could be.
Who's
not
their
bad.
quarterback gonna be?
Oh God, I don't even know.
I think it's
gonna be
is it Desmond
Desmond, yeah.
Desmond Ryder? Yeah, man.
And I want to ask you too about Anthony Richardson to the Colts. Do you like
I think
that?
He's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be.
Because he's as big as Cam, and
he's as athletic as any.
I think he has the highest vertical of.
Did you see his arm,
Yeah.
bro? That guy can throw. I think he's gonna be the best out of the quarterback class.
I don't hate that, honestly. And the Seahawks really surprised me. I was expecting them to take Will Levis at number 5 because. But they're buying into Geno.
But nobody wanted to take him that first round. There was like a 0.2 chance of him making it out or making it to like the second round. It was insane.
I'm surprised though. Like, is this how confident the Seahawks are in Geno? Like, I
Hey.
get he had a good season, but this is not a young player.
Let's see.
He's not going to be playing like he did last year for 5 more years.
Yeah,
I
no.
think you'll get a max 2-3 years out of Geno.
Hey man, let's see what they got, bro.
Yeah, but the Titans end up picking up Will Levis. So now during the summer, we're going to have Will Levis versus Malik Willis for the starting job. Who do you think emerges as the starter?
I feel like the Titans are done with Malik Willis after year 1. I don't see them. Maybe he's on the trade block. Who knows? I don't see him getting much like playing time, or even like touching the field maybe from day 1. Because everybody says Levi is like day 1 ready to go in the NFL.
And another team whose offseason I've loved has been the Bears because
They
they
got DJ Moore.
They secure the number 1 overall
traded
pick.
that.
They flip it for DJ Moore. They draft Darnell Wright. They finally get some O-line help
Yep.
for Justin because that
That's been
O-line
terrible.
was
But
garbage.
now they got a receiving core of Claypool. They got DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore. They're not
Mooney.
A-tier receivers, but they're
And they
solid.
got a really good tight end. I forgot his name. Is Komet? Komet.
Komet, yeah.
Cole
Cole
Kmet.
Komet, yeah.
That guy's tough. But yeah, NFL, Aaron Rodgers trade.
I want to ask you now about the AFC East. You're gonna have the Dolphins
Ooh,
with
that's not
Tua. You're gonna have the Dolphins with Tua, Tyreek, Waddle. You're gonna have the Bills, Josh Allen, and now you have the Jets. This is gonna be a bloodbath of a division. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe the Jets might end up just sucking. But I like how the Jets look because last season with how garbage Zach Wilson was, they still managed to just almost sneak into the playoffs. I love Sauce Gardner. I love Garrett Wilson. I love
team.
Brees Hall. I hope Brees Hall can bounce back. He was incredible
Yep.
before his injury. He was carrying my fantasy team.
I still got the Bills.
Bills.
I would say Miami if they're healthy.
Yeah, just
I
if.
don't know if I trust Tua, but I got the Bills. Good old reliable Bills.
I feel bad. I love Tua. I think when he's there, he's incredible. It's
Yep.
just when.
His connection with Tyreek Hill is actually
Tyreek
really
Hill's the best receiver in the league by far.
good. You say he's the best receiver
Oh
in the
my
league.
God, he had how many yards?
I got somebody else.
How many yards did Tyreek have last season?
He almost had 2,000. He almost broke the record.
And that was with Skylar Thompson
But
too.
but he slowed down after Tua was out. But you want to know who my best receiver in the league is? Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
Justin Jefferson, bro. How'd you miss him? Tyreek had 1,710 yards.
Yeah,
last
bro,
year.
1,700.
But how'd you forget about Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, that might be a hot take best, but Tyreek Hill, I mean, when you
But-
talk about a game breaker.
But I know he's a game breaker. He did it with Mahomes and he did it with Tua. But Justin Jefferson's
Yeah.
doing it with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's true.
Kirk Cousins, bro. If Kirk, they flipped Kirk for another quarterback, they would be Super Bowl, like team. They would be a Super Bowl team. The only reason why I never had faith in them even beating the Giants last year is because Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is mid at quarterback. He is. He just has
And-
all the pieces around him, and he will fail.
And the Vikings added Jordan Addison from
That
USC.
was a good pick.
You
That was
like
a good
that?
pick.
I like that
pick.
too.
I like that pick, but I think the best receiver was gonna be like Quentin Johnson from TCU.
Yeah.
Where did he go again? I forgot where he went. It was yeah, NFC team.
I'm trying to look. Was he first round?
Yeah, he was first round.
He went to the Chargers.
Chargers. Oh,
I like that for the Chargers.
my
I love that.
bro, Chargers. You think they're finally gonna get over the hump and go to the playoffs?
Yeah,
Or, sorry,
they added
they didn't went to the playoffs, but
they added Kellen Moore. He's not perfect, but he's a solid offensive coordinator. And then you're adding Quentin Johnson. If Keenan Allen can stay healthy, if
Mike
Austin
Williams.
Eckler can stay healthy, Mike Williams. If the defense can, that defense was in the hospital all
yeah,
year.
no, that's a tough one. But do you think that they're gonna get over the hump and like crack something this year? Because it was a disappointment in like 2 years
Yeah.
ago, and then
they
last year
choked to the Jaguars.
they choked so bad. Like, do you think they're gonna go over that hump?
I want to say yes because during the offseason last year, I was loving the Chargers. But
I had him like, bro, as like a Super Bowl contender.
yeah,
man.
me too. And Chargers are just like the Clippers, you know. It's funny, like when you put them side by side, it's crazy because they're both like the little brother in their arena.
The opposite LA teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Rams and the Lakers, those are like the big brothers with the championships and all that. And then the Rams and the Clippers have just been straight up, not the Rams, the Chargers and the Clippers have just been cursed for the
Yeah.
past 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think. Yeah, no, the draft has been a W.
Yeah, to kind of refer back to what you were saying about the Falcons, according to Michael Rothstein from ESPN, shout out Mikey Mike, the Falcons have officially named Desmond Ritter as their starting quarterback. They brought in Taylor Heineke.
Heineken.
Oh, I forgot they signed Heineke.
Heineken. I call him Heineken.
Denver. He said in his introductory news conference that he was coming to Atlanta to be the backup quarterback. So essentially clearing the path for Ritter. So
But yeah, Falcons young core, I like it. Pitts hasn't been able to play like he has, but he's had flashes for sure.
Yeah.
But what can he do? You have like 40-year-old Matt Ryan, Marcus Mariota. He hasn't worked with the best
He hasn't
talent.
done any. Yeah, he hasn't worked with.
But now
anybody.
they have this new young core: Ritter, London, Pitts, Robinson,
The real question is,
Cordarrelle Patterson
who's gonna get out of that division?
out of the NFC South.
Yeah.
Because like
I think
Panthers are looking not awful.
out of everybody, I got the Saints.
I forgot about
I got
Derek
Derek
Carr.
Carr. I know he's like.
That's
he's
low-key
a
an
mid-
underrated division.
He's a mid, but like,
Not
no,
underrated.
it's a terrible division because everybody is like nobody's there. Like Tom Brady's not there anymore. He retired.
Yeah, but Panthers, ever since they traded McCaffrey, they went on like a little streak to end this.
Yeah, but they lost DJ Moore. Like, who's the receivers? I actually can't remember the receivers.
Yeah, and I thought CJ Stroud was going to the Panthers for sure because
Yeah.
he fits Frank Reich.
Yep. But
I guess
surprise.
they like what they saw from Bryce Young, and I don't hate the pick. I agree with you though. I like Anthony Richardson to be
I
the
think
best.
he's the
QB.
best QB out of the draft.
I watched some Florida this year, and I
Because
liked what I saw.
you could teach someone like you can work on your throwing, you can work on everything, but that athleticism you cannot teach, and that strength.
And hopefully, what's his name? The running back.
Jonathan Taylor.
Hopefully, he can have a bounce back season.
Oh, yeah, he's
'Cause
tough.
What a garbage season that was last year.
Yo, nah, I mean that 2 years ago though, he was. I had
His
him.
rookie season.
I had him in fantasy. He was the MVP. That guy, he was in MVP talks that year too.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but he'll have a bounce back.
So if he can bounce back, and then if Richardson can play good, and you get good production out of Pittman, this could be an underrated
But do you
team
think
as well.
he's gonna start right away?
Well, who are they going to start over him? Because Matt Ryan's out.
Yeah, I guess.
They're not going to start. Who's the other guy? Sam Ellinger. They're
yeah,
not starting
Ellinger,
Sam
yeah.
Ellinger over
But
Richardson.
do you think all like the QBs are gonna start right away?
Okay, so C.J. Stroud will start.
Bryce Young
will start. Anthony Richardson, I can't see a world where he doesn't start for the Colts.
Levi, what about him?
Will Levis, can he beat out Willis?
We'll see.
Possibly. This could be a great story too for Levis. He falls out the first round and he might tear up the league. Who knows?
But yeah. But I want to shift gears to the 49ers. I want to ask you, like, do you think, like, who do you think is going to be the starter? Do you think Pooty?
Well, Purdy. Is he even going to play next season? Because he got the Tommy John surgery.
But also, like, Trey Lance, too.
Trey Lance, they have Sam Darnold.
Oh, yeah, they got Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they got Sam Darnold.
But,
I don't like.
I think Purdy's starting.
Is it, Matt? Can you see if Purdy will be good for week 1?
I think so.
Yeah, right now it is predicted to be Trey Lance.
Really?
But can you check like Purdy's just like recovery time? What they're predicting?
Because like I'm not even. I'm pretty sure I saw like a report like saying that the owner wanted Purdy to be the starter.
I think Purdy's earned a starting spot. It's just, is he going to be healthy? That's my question.
But that team is just probably they're another team that's just cursed. They're so deep, and then injuries, and Jimmy Garoppolo. They always sell them at the worst time. So,
the Niners. Well, initial indications were that Purdy's recovery would take approximately 6 months. The Niners and Purdy have declined to put a specific timeline on when he will be cleared.
So 6 months, he got injured in January. So that'd be like right before. So
yeah, we'll see.
And this article came out
last week. Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Even if Purdy is healthy, I'll probably take him over Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. Trey Lance, I'm really mixed on him. We got to get Sam and Aaron to talk about 49ers. But Trey Lance too, he's got to get rid of that. He's got to fix that hairline too. That's an issue.
No,
You're not starting.
I gotta diss them, bro.
You saw the picture. He's like 2 years older than us. Guy's hairline is like here.
Hey man, it's all good. It's all love.
But Sam Darnold, the only way he's starting is by injuries and.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Sam Darnold. He's back in California. He might explode back up again to what we thought he would have been. But
who knows?
Yeah. Any other teams? Cowboys drafted Mozzie Smith, and I didn't really know too much about him. But from what I've seen on Twitter, people are saying that this could be like a Micah Parsons 2021 like sleeper pick. Like, and I'll take that.
I haven't seen much about him.
Neither have I. He went to Michigan, and I've seen good things. And if he can help strengthen our D line more, I'm all for it. Absolutely.
We'll get more NFL information when the season comes up. But
I'm ready. During the summer, we can do some previews, predictions.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, anything else, Zach? We covered all the bases: NBA, NFL.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap.
I think that's enough for today's episode. But
we also want to say sorry. These uploads have been a little inconsistent. We've had some hiccups in the road, but consistent uploads will start this summer. We're excited. Schedule's freeing up. Playoff basketball, playoff hockey, it's all spicing up. We're in for some great sports.
Yeah, man. It's a great time. Because Lakers to the finals. And thank you for watching this episode of Load Management. We'll see you next time. It's a parade inside my city, yeah.
Insurance 11 21 Player wins.